This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. So I'm going to take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas. But first of all, I'll take a look here at NVDA. Now, old Jensen had his big conference going on there today, and he's also going to be on CNBC tomorrow. I believe it's at 10:30. So let's just see if they can start get a little bit of movement. We'll take a look at the old charts. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we had NVIDIA. Now, today was an actually really good day. I scalped it for 4 points there today. Now, we're always watching this 8-day. See that? Okay, so today, where'd it go? Right down to that 8-day. Got down to 114.74 or 54. I got in at 114.75 level here. Now, and then it rallied all the way up to 19.02. I just took my 4 points, and I was out of there, and she is done. Now, you can see here, see how nice this holds the charts? Went right up in 21-day. This is why you trade the charts. Boom, right there. If you can't get to the 21-day, you're not going to the 200-day or the 50-day or the 100-day or even higher. Okay, that 21-day is key. Nothing. Now, it came all the way down, but you're holding this key 8 SMA. So let's look at the downside here first. So we're watching this 114.70 level, okay? Then we're going to come down to the bottom of this candle, 113.79, and then we have a gap here, okay? 112.88. And then we have this fill at 112.24. See your gap, your fill isn't that big, but it's still there. Then we want to look to the bottom of this candle here at 110.11 area. Then we just follow the candles all the way down. You got 107.56 here. What we got here is 105.46, and then your big retest down there at 104.77. But that's only if this 8-day is lost. Now, on the upside, obviously we want to watch today's high. You're looking at that 119.02. We come over top of this candle here. You're looking at 121.88, and then we're looking for that 21-day at 122.01. Now, you have to crack that. If you can, then we can come up to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 123.70. We can look here at 125.09. But realistically, this is what you're looking for, 127.68. Right above that, we have that 128.57 level, okay? So right now, we're trading this range. We have 8-day on the bottom, 21-day on the top, okay? So we're just trading this range. Eventually, it'll get tight and tight. It's either going to break up or she's going to break down. So if it breaks on down, we'll always watch that gap and that fill level, and then we'll always watch this because see where that price channel comes across. That's going to be very key, and then we just follow the candles to the retest. If we get above that 21-day, we have this nice 200-day sitting there. We have the 50-day sitting there, and then we have the 100-day, and then we have your retest all the way at 143.44 level. Now, you can see here on the weekly where we went right into that 50-day here so far this week, but you couldn't get above it, okay? That's the key. Now, on a closing basis, we want to make sure that we get above that. But remember, we have this 8-day sitting right here, cross over that 21-day, coming down. That's going to provide a lot of big time resistance here on the old weekly chart, okay? So that's what we got to watch is that 50 SMA here, and then that 8-day here by Friday on the weekly chart, that 124.89 level. Okay. Let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Now, we got to see what it's doing. Okay, apparently at total nothing burger here. Okay, now, BITI, good little scalp there today on the downside because what we did is we got above that 8-day, but you notice couldn't hold it. Once you lose that, that's a nice good scalp all the way down. So what we're watching, today we got a low of that 81.120 so far. What we're going to be watching is the bottom of this candle right here. That's at 80.40, okay? So we just look at that. Today's low, that 81.120, but you're looking at that right there. That's been 80.40. That's going to be a very good support level. Then we'll come right over here to the bottom of that candle at 78.675. But your key level is going to be the 77.371. There's your 200-day, and then we have the recent low there at that 76.735 level. Okay. Now upside, if we can get above, this is going to be strong resistance. Is going to be that 8-day, 82.827, and then next level is going to be that 21-day, 87.520. Now, when those futures open at 6 p.m., this is not going to be the same numbers. This is falling down. This is falling down. 50-day is falling down here. There's nothing really what you say bullish about this chart. It needs a catalyst here, and you got to get above that 21 SMA here on a closing basis. Look how many times it has hit, okay, and you can't get nothing. It's a total brick wall, okay? So upside, watch the 8-day, watch the 21-day. That's your upside targets. Downside, watch the bottom of this candle and watch that 200 SMA here. Now, if this sells down to this 200 SMA or even retest the recent low at 76,735, that might be a good buying opportunity. We could maybe get a possible double bottom situation and then maybe run higher. So let's just see how this all going to shake out. Now, when we look here on the RSI 38, that is not overbought or oversold. That's got plenty of room to run on the downside yet. Same way here, we have a sideways action. Looked like that green was crossing over, but again, the price just can't maintain that 8-day very, very strong resistance. Easy way to trade it, IBIT long, BIT for the short ski. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude and natural gas. Okay, crude was a really good trade today. It went right up, and where did it go? Right into the 21-day. See, again, this is why you trade the charts, okay? Boom, right here, couldn't get up there, couldn't do anything here, couldn't even get that high. Right into the 21-day, and now she pulled back. Now what we had, you look at midday trading, we had that tweezer top. Now it looks like it wants to go lower. So let's look at the downside here first. Okay, so today we hit that 66.57. All you got to do is look to the left there, 66.59. That is your support level. Next is going to line is going to be right here. Is at 66.37. Then we'll come bottom there, 66.15. There's your next target at 65.80. And then we have this 65.22. Easy way to trade this long, UCO in the long, SCO in the short. Very, very nice. Now, upside here, we got the 8-day, okay, 66.93. We can get above that, then we can look to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 67.48. We'll look at the top here, 67.94, and we'll look at the top of this candle, 68.37. Obviously, look at today's high at 68.50, but this is your big target, is at 68.59 level. So, upside here, we got the same thing going on with the Bitcoin. We need to get above the 8-day, and you need to get above the 21-day before you can start hitting the targets of 100-day, 50-day, and 200-day. Right now here, we just have this sideways action kind of a situation, box situation. If it sells all the way down and we reach the 65.22 and it holds it, that'd be a good way, a good buying opportunity here to take it right back up here again. So let's just see how this all shakes out. Okay, natty gas here. We got this bear flag situation happening here. So basically, there's a whole lot of nothing. I didn't even scalp it either direction today. It just wasn't worth it to me. Watch this on the downside, 3.95. If that's lost, you're going to come right down here to this 50-day. That's your next downside support is 3.84. If that is lost, we come right to the bottom of this candle, 3.74 and 3.55. All I got to do is look at that price channel. The price channel is just the bottom of that candle. 3.55, and then we come right here to old Hondo at 3.47 level. But that's only if that 50-day is lost. Now, upside, well, you got huge resistance right here. You got the 21-day, 4.16, and we got 4.178. That is big time resistance. If we can get above, we'll come right to the bottom here. You're looking at 4.33, and we'll look at 4.47, and then just work yourself all the way up here, 4.55, and then we have 4.58. You got 4.75 there, and then we have 4.90. But you have to get above the 21-day on 8-day in order for that to do this. Right now, we have this like a bear flag situation. So let's just see if it can hold that. But just watch right here. This is what you're trading, is that 50-day on the bottom. That's your key support. Upside, your key resistance is your 21-day and your 8-day. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning here before 7, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, and natural gas. And now it looks like the market is picking up steam there on the old downside. Bitcoin's down 3,000. Nasdaq's down 324. So just look for some good buying opportunity. Like today with the NVDA, when you know you have that conference, you can scalp an easy 4 points. Boom, I'm out of the trade. And let's see what happens here either later tonight or tomorrow. Now remember, the API for crude will be out today at 4:30, and then the EIA for crude will be out on Wednesday at 10:30. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.